Hello and welcome to Rajshri Food. I'm your host Ruchi Bharani, and in today's episode I'm going to make the favorite snack, that is Sev Puri. And I'm going to make it a little guilt-free by baking the puris instead of frying them. So let's see the recipe for baked puris. I'm going to start with making the dough first. So usually these puris are made with maida or plain flour, but I am going to use wheat flour. So I have a cup of wheat flour here. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of rice flour, salt to taste. I'm also going to flavor these puris with a little bit of masala, which is optional. If you want to add that, you can, or you could just leave it salted. So 1/4 teaspoon of jeera powder or cumin seed powder and 1/4 teaspoon of hing or Asafoetida. Into this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. Let's mix all the ingredients. Into this, let's add in little water. Needs a little more water. Knead the dough properly. This has to be a nice and hard dough. And now I'm just going to apply a little bit of water and let it rest for at least 10 minutes. Cover it with a cloth and let this rest. 10 minutes up, let's continue. Knead the dough once again. Let's take a portion of the dough. Apply a little bit of oil over the board as well as on the rolling pin. Now let's start rolling this. Once you roll it to the desired thickness, I'm going to cut it with some cutter or some lid, whatever you have, into small rounds. Let's make another batch. Let's prick these with a fork so that they don't puff up in the oven and they cook evenly. Take a baking tray and line it with aluminium foil. Just lightly brush it with some oil. Place the puris. Brush a little bit of oil so that they don't dry out from the top. So the difference between the ready-made fried puris and this puri is, first of all, it's made with plain flour. I have used wheat and rice flour. Secondly, a lot of oil goes into making the dough as well, and it absorbs some amount while frying as well. And you can see in these, I've used very little oil in the dough as well as while baking it. And now let's bake these at 160 degrees in a preheated oven for 10 to 12 minutes. These are done. I basically got them out once you get these light brown spots, and now just let them rest for a few minutes, and then you can fill them up in a jar and store them in an airtight container for at least 6 to 7 days. While these are cooling down, let's quickly make the topping for the Sev Puri. So I have some finely chopped boiled potato here, finely chopped onions. Just to give it a little more healthy angle, I'm going to add some boiled moong. So basically I soak them for at least an hour and then boil them for 6 to 7 minutes. Let's season this topping. Some red chilli powder, some sanchal or black salt, some jeera powder, very little salt. Give this a mix. Just slightly mash it so that everything sticks to the potato properly. Let's start assembling this now. So take the puri. What I do is I flip it over, place a little bit of the filling. I've made tiny bite-sized puris so they're easier to eat. These puris won't even go soggy for at least 10-12 minutes. Take a small amount of this topping mixture and make a heap over the puri. Let's top it up with all the chutneys. So I have date and tamarind chutney here. This is a sweet and tangy chutney. Some green chutney. The only fried ingredient that I'm using for this recipe is the gram flour sev. But if you're on some kind of a diet and you want to avoid it, you can just skip it. But I'm going to garnish it with a little bit. Top it up with deseeded and finely chopped tomatoes. Some coriander leaves. And a nice squeeze of some lemon juice. I can eat these every single day, and I'm sure there are a lot of people like me who enjoy this every day. But if you want to cut down a little bit on the calories, next time just bake the puris. So do try this at home, comment below, and see you soon. Bye-bye.